The fourth volume of the Lorien Legacies series begins with Sam Good, imprisoned in a Mogadorian cell, enduring days of physical and psychological torture. Setrákus Ra personally interrogates him, alternating between promises of mercy and relentless pain. He tries to manipulate Sam, suggesting he's been abandoned by the Garde and will never be rescued. Despite this, Sam holds on to hope, imagining various ways to escape, even without powers. During a daring operation, Adam, a Mogadorian defector, and Malcolm Good, Sam's father, manage to rescue him. Adam is an intriguing character because despite being Mogadorian, he has a strong sense of justice that drives him to fight against his own species. During the rescue, Adam demonstrates strange abilities that suggest he may possess a legacy or something similar. The trio battles Mogadorian soldiers in a chaotic base filled with explosions and fighting. After a risky escape, Adam decides to stay behind to fight the Mogadorians and ensure Sam and Malcolm's safe departure. Sam, overwhelmed with emotion after finally reuniting with his father, vows to honor Adam's sacrifice in their fight. After Sam's rescue, the narrative shifts to the remaining Garde, gathered at Nine's penthouse in Chicago. The group is exhausted after the events in New Mexico, where they faced Setrákus Ra and almost lost everything. John, 4, now seen as the leader, is weighed down by guilt and self-doubt. He obsessively replays the mistakes made, particularly the near deaths of Sarah and Ella, and fears he won't be able to protect the group in the future. Nine's penthouse serves as a temporary refuge, but internal conflicts begin to arise. Nine, with his impulsive and arrogant nature, proposes a direct attack on the Mogadorian bases, while 6 advocates for a strategic approach. Marina, 7, and 8 try to keep the peace, while Ella, still dealing with the trauma from the New Mexico confrontation, begins having disturbing visions of Setrákus Ra. These visions suggest a psychic connection with the Mogadorian leader, which alarms the group. They decide Ella needs rest, but the tension over the meaning of these visions grows. As they discuss their options, Sarah, the only human in the group aside from Sam, tries to be a voice of calm and motivation, particularly for John. There are tender moments between the two, but John struggles to balance his personal relationship with Sarah and his role as a leader. Using a locator left by Henri, the Garde track down number 5 on an island off the coast of Florida. 5 is the only Garde still missing, and finding him fills the group with hope. However, upon meeting him, 5 reveals himself to be an eccentric and enigmatic character. He lived in isolation, protected by his Sapon, and is disconnected from the camaraderie that binds the other Garde. 5 displays impressive abilities, including flight and gravitational manipulation, but his arrogant and distrustful behavior quickly causes tensions. He seems resentful, believing he was abandoned, and makes passive-aggressive comments that irritate the group, particularly 9. Despite this, John insists they must work together, as every Garde is crucial in the fight against the Mogadorians. As the group tries to integrate 5, signs of his unstable loyalty begin to surface. He avoids questions about his past and appears to know more about the Mogadorians than he should. During training, 5 becomes provocative and hostile, accusing the other Garde of acting superior while he was left to fend for himself. His anger and resentment create an atmosphere of distrust. The tension reaches its peak when the Mogadorians launch a surprise attack on the island. During the confrontation, 5 reveals his true allegiance. He made a deal with Setrákus Ra and betrays the Garde, aiding the Mogadorians in capturing them. The betrayal is devastating and culminates in a brutal battle. 8, trying to protect his companions, confronts 5 and is fatally injured. 8's death is a crushing blow to the group, especially for Marina, who had feelings for him. 5 escapes with the Mogadorians, leaving the group torn between their grief and the urgency to regroup. Marina, consumed by rage, vows vengeance against 5 and Setrákus Ra. John once again feels the heavy burden of guilt as a leader and promises himself he won't allow more losses. Meanwhile, Ella begins to understand more about her connection to Setrákus Ra. She discovers that her visions are not merely premonitions, but a direct psychic link to him. This connection is terrifying, but also provides valuable information about the Mogadorians' plans. Ella faces a dilemma: use this connection to help the group or distance herself to protect her sanity. 6 tries to support her, but Ella feels increasingly isolated, especially after the events on the island. After the devastating events, the Garde are forced to retreat. They return to Chicago, emotionally shaken, but determined to regroup. John realizes that 5's betrayal was partly a consequence of the lack of unity within the group. He decides they need to strengthen their bonds, improve their training, and seek new allies. Adam, who survived Sam's rescue, reappears, bringing crucial information about the Mogadorians. He also becomes a symbol of hope. Despite being Mogadorian, he chose to fight alongside the Garde, proving that unity between species is possible. The book ends with the Garde in a state of renewal, but also uncertainty. They've suffered great losses, but the lessons learned and the growing threat of Setrákus Ra motivate them to press on. 5's betrayal and 8's death serve as painful reminders that the war will be long and brutal, but their determination to protect Earth and honor the sacrifices made keeps them united.